In the second section of our lecture, now we will talk about the staging of the hepatocellular carcinoma and how we classify the hepatocellular carcinoma and what are the different approaches to the patient with the hepatocellular carcinoma. So the staging of the hepatocellular carcinoma, we have the T and M classification, which is the tumor node and the metastasis staging of the hepatocellular carcinoma. This is the liver. You can see these are the tumors or the carcinomas present, just one in the beginning, then it more, now we have two, and then slowly it gets bigger and bigger. So this is the liver, and the TNM classification is used for the staging. There is Japan Integrated Staging Score, JIS. Then we have vascular invasion and high alpha fetoprotein. Stage 1 is best prognosis and the tumor is less than 2 centimeter. We already know that the size of the tumor and staging is important prognostic factor. So in stage 1, there is tumor size is small, less than 2 centimeter, and the prognosis is good. Stage 3, we have a mix of lymph nodes, positive and negative tumors, and stage 4 is poor prognosis. So 1 is better prognosis, 4 is poor prognosis, and then in between 2 and 3 there is involvement of the lymph nodes and the spread of the malignancy to the lymph nodes occur. Then we have TNM classification and also Okuda stage 3 classification and staging of hepatocellular carcinoma that has the dire prognosis, not a good prognosis of the Okuda stage 3 hepatocellular carcinoma. Then this precludes chemotherapy. Usually the chemotherapy is not given if the prognosis is not good. So this Okuda stage 3 has dire prognosis and precludes the chemotherapy. So all these are the stages 1, 2, 3 and 4 of the hepatocellular carcinoma. Then we have Barcelona clinic liver cancer staging. In this, the staging is we have of the hepatocellular carcinoma, we have stage 0, stage A, C, and then stage D. In stage 0, we have PST0, Child-Pugh is stage A. Very early stage, single less than 2 centimeter carcinoma in situ in stage 0. It's single. Portal pressure bilirubin is, if normal, then resection of the tumor is performed. If it is increased, then we should look for any associated diseases. If there are no associated diseases, then liver transplantation is done. If there are associated, then we should do PEI and RF. So these are the stage 0. It's usually tumor is smaller than 2 centimeter, it's single, and it's small carcinoma in situ. Then stage A to C, there is a PST 0 to 2 and Child-Pugh is A negative. Then we have early stage A, there's single or 3 nodules less than 3 centimeter, or it may be intermediate stage B, multinodular PST 0. Advanced stage, we have portal invasion N1, M1, PST1, 2, 2. So these are the different criteria in which we find that it's stage 0, stage A to C, and then stage D becomes a very worse condition, poor prognosis. Usually it's the end stage, and the PST is more than 2, and child PUC and post-end stage, PST and stage. So it's symptomatic treatment only because the survival rate is very poor, less than 3 months. So all these different are the staging depending on, it's based on the Barcelona clinic liver cancer stages, which we do stage 0, stage A to C, and then stage D, which is very, very poor. The prognosis, survival is only less than 3 months. And then the treatment options depend on the, sometimes we give the liver transplantation is required, then we need PEI and RF, TACE and sorafenib. This is the drug used for the hepatocellular carcinoma. The classification of the hepatocellular carcinoma, we have the CLIP classification for hepatocellular carcinoma, and then we have Okuda classification. In CLIP classification, the variables which we look for the classification, we have tumor number, and then we have hepatic replacement by the tumor. Child Pew score, alpha fetoprotein level, and portal vein thrombosis. So these are the 4 variables that are looked for in the CLIP classification of hepatocellular carcinoma, and it is in the, divided into points 0, 1, and 2. And in this we look for total number of carcinoma. If it's single, it's 0. If it's multiple, 1, and also multiple, 0.2. Hepatic replacement by the tumor. If it's less than 50%, it's stage 0. Less than 50 also with multiple. That's the difference. With multiple tumors is 0.2, 0.1, and if it's more than 50% replacement, that's the 0.2. Then child Pew score in the 0 is A, 1 is B, and 2 is C. Alpha fetoprotein level less than 400 nanogram, more than 400, and more than 400. Portal vein thrombosis in 0.0, there is no thrombosis, and there is thrombosis in 1 and 2. The other classification is the Okuda classification. Again, in this we look for the tumor extent, ascites present or not, albumin level, and the bilirubin level. If it's tumor extent, we look for if it's less than 50% or more than 50%, if ascites is present or not, and if albumin level is less than 3 grams or more than 3 grams, and also bilirubin less than 3 or more than 3. So these are the 2 methods of classification of hepatocellular carcinoma. We look for the extent of the tumor, number of the tumor growths, and also for the bilirubin level, albumin level, presence of ascites, level of alpha fetoprotein. So different factors are measured in the both classifications. Approach to the patient is history and physical exam is very, very important. Ask the patient if they have a history of hepatitis B, hepatitis C, any exposure to the needles, syringes, so blood, any history of getting blood or blood transfusions. All these are important questions to ask the patient with the hepatocellular hepatocellular carcinoma or chances of having. Exposure to carcinogens and contraceptives, hepatitis or jaundice, blood transfusion, use of IV drugs, evaluation of abdomen, examining liver diseases, and hepatic nodularity, tenderness, and splenomegaly. So that's the history and physical exam. On examination, we look for the liver, whether it's palpable, whether it's smooth, nodular, tender. If there is enlargement of the spleen also, then we look for, ask the patient if they have a history of any IV blood, use of IV drugs, transfusion. And it's very, very important that we should pay attendance to if we go for any IV infusions or IV injections or blood tests. Make sure, pay attention that the attendant should be using the new wrapped syringes and they should not be reusing it, and we need to pay attention, and especially when we go to the dentist, we should look if their instruments are properly cleaned or sterilized, because there is more and more hepatitis B and C is getting in the population, and more cirrhosis and hepatocellular carcinomas. So history and physical is very important. Radiology is the ultrasound examination of the liver is performed. Then we have helical and triphasic CT scans, fast contrast bolus technique, gadolinium enhanced MRI, and FDG PET. All these are different radiological methods used for the diagnosis of hepatocellular carcinoma. So this was all about our section. Thank you for watching sqadia.com.